There is only one happiness in life: to love and be loved. If you're doing anything else, I don't know what you're chasing, but if you are chasing happiness, please give some love, and we are wishing you some love in return. Good morning, and thank you for watching us on the CRTV and for receiving us in the comfort of your homes, your offices, or your cars, for those of you who like to drive while watching TV. We love to know that you're out there, you watch us, and that you let us know that you're watching. However it is, please let us know. We enjoy the communication, the back and forth. You're watching Cameroon Feeling on the CRTV, and I'm sure you already started on CRTV News with Diane Gassa. She's going to be wrapping up on CRTV News at 9 o'clock, but I'm here. CRTV Premium is right here. Please stay with us. We're starting with discovery. Sometime in 1890, some Catholic priests arrived Douala, but they met some Presbyterian missionaries there who didn't receive them well at all. That happens, you know, and that led them to Marienburg near Edea, and that's where they settled. And you cannot talk about the history of the Catholic Church in Cameroon without talking about Marienburg. But it's also a place in which you have the sanctuary for chimpanzees, where you can go and discover some of these animals that are precious to the world and precious to Cameroon. If you want to know more about Marienburg, stay with us. This is a postcard, a special report on Marienburg with Beatrice Losamba.
Amazing coastline at Marienburg, the riverside town found in Wanko subdivision, Sanaga Maritime Division of the littoral region of Cameroon. The Sanaga River twists its way through Malimba and Yoyo from where it pours into the Atlantic Ocean. Usually referred to as the end of the world, Marienburg is the place where the land ends. The river takes over from here, and then the Atlantic Ocean, which connects to another continent. But Marienburg, a quiet settlement made up of over 300 souls, is first renowned as the pioneer Catholic station in Cameroon. The Catholic doctrine found its way into the country through this door. The exact place where the Palatine German priests alighted is this shallow spot.
It was here the Germans come, that was in 1890. They had a problem with the motor, and they have stayed here 1 week. During that, the hélice was at Douala repaired, and 1 week later they was in Edea, and they did not accept it in Edea. And during the comeback, it was here. The great chief Toko had said, I can receive this delegation to begin the mission here in Marienburg.
Papa Michel Miteke is the oldest witness of the German Palatine priests' stay in Marienburg. He says it is not folklore. They were on mission to bring Catholicism to Cameroon, which until 1890 had only been introduced to Protestants.
Pope Leonard XIII requested that the word of God be preached in Cameroon, so he sent a Bible in German to the bishop, who sent a team of 8 made up of 2 priests, 1 seminarian and 5 laity.
2 prêtres, 1 séminariste et 5 laïcs.
The priests on mission to evangelize in Cameroon met with a lot of resistance from the population, but found a relatively welcoming people at Marienburg in the days of old, known as Elongango. Heinrich Fitter was the name of the German priest who headed the delegation to preach Catholicism in Cameroon. He and his team were marked by the huge presence of Mary, Mother of God, which encouraged them. This was where God wanted them to start the expedition. The Palatines planted 16 other churches in Cameroon before being forced to leave in 1914 after the First World War, when Germany lost trusteeship of Cameroon. The church they planted in Marienburg had deep roots. Today, Marienburg is a destination for pilgrims. Thousands of them visit the place every year at the start of Lent to seek favor from God.
Many people, they get problem. For various whom they come for here, for come and beg. For Papa, we don't bring we for this war. Because now the first missionary days for Catholic mission, we come to Cameroon. People come here, say notice them, that they come when they get problem for their life. If you know you are not a Christian, you cannot live in this village.
But Marienburg is not just about faith tourism. It hosts part of the Douala Edeya Wildlife Park, which has nets of gorillas. Tourists heading to the gorilla sanctuary transit here.
We're coming now from Idea, and originally we come from Germany. And we came here because we were very interested in the nature and in seeing this whole place with its church, which was built by the Germans, I think, and which interests us because it's kind of our origin, so we would like to see it. And also for the way here, because the nature is so beautiful. And it's always wonderful to be on a way and to explore all this. We heard that, so we have a guide, a tourist guide, which told us that it's a very beautiful place and that you could see some chimpanzees here, which was interesting us because in Germany we actually don't have those outside the zoo. And therefore we came here, but also that the place must be beautiful because of its origin.
Tourists and pilgrims not only have a taste of the fresh air from the River Sanaga and the amazing natural view. Marienburg offers food tourism too. Mionda, the local cassava pudding, mitumba and bisonda, the oyster meal, are a few delicacies no one can afford to leave the place without savoring. A small, almost insignificant place, a few schools not recognized by the state, little or no infrastructure, no hotels, no inns for tourists and pilgrims, no potable water or electricity. Yet, many would not hesitate to travel for miles just to be in the pilgrimage and tourist destination of Marienburg.
Thank you so much, Beatrice Losamba, for that insight into Marienburg. Now let's go discover a person or rediscover in case you've heard about her. If you are active on social media, there's no way you might not have heard about Helen Jokem and her campaign against violence, particularly domestic violence. As I'm talking to you, she's on a vast campaign to collect voices against domestic violence. You'll be having my voice in that campaign and some other beautiful voices. But first, let's rediscover her. Helen, please come in. Good morning. Thank you for coming on the program.
Good morning.
How are you, dear?
Fine, thank you.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing great.
All right, I like that. Most times people will surprise you like they're not very fine. So I'm happy to know you're very fine.
I'm always great.
Tell me about, well, for those who don't know you, you have a master's degree in gender and development. And you have a campaign on against domestic violence.
Yes.
Tell us more about it.
So I discovered that in the Cameroon law, we really do not have something focusing on domestic violence. And every day we keep seeing the cases against cases of domestic violence. We keep seeing the cases of abuse, but the abusers, they get away with it. Okay. We've heard recently of so many deaths of women who have suffered from domestic violence. And then this idea just came to my mind. Why don't we bring together 1,000 voices and we take them, okay, this is what we have. People are speaking against this ill. We can do something which we can actually bring a law that can punish abusers. Okay. And that's how I came up with the idea of 1,000 voices against domestic violence. Let's
start with your civil society activities. How long have you been at this and how is it going for you? Is it going the way you wanted? What are your challenges?
All right, so we've been going on for around more than a year and a half. And it's been a smooth ride, but recently with the challenges, since we're based in Bamenda, with the crisis, it's been very challenging. And also, it's difficult to get victims of domestic violence to speak.
Yes.
Because they always think, I'm going through this alone, so I could keep it to myself. And they don't know there are other people out there. But when you get to share your story, you get this, you start healing, and you inspire someone else as well to tell their own story, because you never know who you inspire with your own story.
One other thing they probably do not know is that keeping silent can kill you. So if you are experiencing violence at home, you should not stay quiet. You should speak out. Find a way to talk to somebody. That's why we talk to people like Helen Jokem. That's why we even come across the topic on a daily basis, so that we should open the doors, make you know you're not alone in the process. Helen, what do you tell people to encourage them to talk to you or to speak out?
So I always, sometimes I use my personal experiences to tell them that you are not the only one going through this. And there's a magazine that actually came up with,
let me have a copy, yes.
And I actually shared my story in it. I said when I started the activism against domestic violence, it's because I had learned so much about it, and I saw something which was peculiar that we could work on.
Okay.
And as I was trying to discover more about domestic violence, I realized that I grew up in a home where there was abuse. So I always tell them that I know what domestic violence is.
all about.
I have seen it with my own eyes, so I can share you my story and inspire you to share your own story.
I'm going to just show the cover of your magazine, which has a featured story within on the journey of somebody who survived multiple abuses.
Yes.
Okay. I'm encouraging you to go out there and grab a copy of this magazine. But tell me about your current campaign to get voices against domestic violence. How many voices have you had? What are you still hoping for? And tell me about the future.
So far we've had 28 voices, because they keep sending them. We have 28 voices, but we're still hoping that people will get to know more about the campaign, and they will be inspired to share their voices, so that together we can all put an end to domestic violence, or we can contribute in our own little way to end domestic violence.
I hope that you watching us will take interest in this campaign. Please send your voice. You're on Facebook. I know you're on Facebook. Go on Facebook and look for Helen Jokem. Put out your voice there to join those campaigning for an end to domestic violence. You know, when you're in a family, there's always a way that you can get hurt, and we are hoping that by talking about these things and showing you how it destroys, how it hurts, will encourage you to challenge yourselves to talk more, share more, love more, and let's all solve our problems in a better way. Helen, before I take leave of you, what would you like to say to those watching us about your campaign, about your way forward? We're moving towards the end of the year. How is your campaign looking like?
So I know I can't do it alone.
Absolutely.
I need everybody out there to join the campaign.
Yes.
So the campaign is themed My Voice, which is like my voice, your voice, our voices. We put them together, and we actually put an end to domestic violence. So I always tell them that whatever we do, it's for the good of all of us. So I always end by saying, break the silence, save a life, save a friend, and together we can free and empower a human being.
Well said. When you hear such wisdom, you don't say anything else. Thank you so much for coming on the program. Please come again any other time. I'll be very happy to have you. Now let me move from you to this picture. I hope our cameras will be able to do a focus on it. It's the picture of a young girl who has disappeared. She is French speaking, while my colleagues, technicians, are doing a focus on the picture. I just want to let you know that she's called, it's the daughter of Mr. Zay Joseph Didier, and the little girl is called Akana Leslie, who disappeared on the 9th of November. She's 10 years old, and her parents are calling on anybody who could have any information about her to kindly please contact them to give out any information that could help them to locate this child. Her name again is Akana Leslie. She disappeared on November 9 in Yaoundé. And if you have any information, if you've seen her come around, if you know anybody who saw her any of these last hours, please call 653-156670, 156670. I'll try to read this again before the end of the program, and my colleague Eric Christiania will also read it tomorrow, so that we have all the chances to get back this child to her family. Meantime, let's talk to two persons who've joined us here, so we'll discover sign languages. Good morning, Dennis. How are you? Dennis is with Sonita, who is the interpreter. Dennis, good morning. Do you want to tell him that we are happy to have him on the program?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Good morning.
All right.
He's happy to have you here.
All right. Dennis, you are a sign language instructor, and Sonita, who is accompanying him, is an interpreter.
Yes.
Dennis works in Yaoundé in a center that was created in 2013 called Pinnacle. Maybe you should first of all tell us about Pinnacle before we go talk to Dennis some more.
I'm sure Dennis should be the one to talk about Pinnacle because it's where he teaches.
All right. Well, let him, while he's signing for us, you can be interpreting and telling us what he's doing.
Okay, maybe Dennis says before he starts, he wants to talk about how he found himself in the hearing school, in the hearing society.
All right.
At Pinnacle.
Okay.
He was first of all working in a deaf school, after which he discovered that working with the deaf alone in the society makes it difficult. And some schools invited him to come talk with them, which he decided to move from one school to the other. To talk about the importance of inclusive education.
Okay.
Many children were happy and asked him many questions about the deaf world.
If I were going to ask him for me, what he would like to tell us, the society, about children who have hearing problems, from his experience, what would he say? In Cameroon, we have many deaf out there. Some are in schools while others are not in schools. Because many hearing schools do not know anything about sign language. That's true, sadly so.
Some deaf children are at home because the few deaf schools we have around are boarding schools, which are expensive. So sometimes it's not affordable for the deaf.
Okay. What is his wish? Coming on this program on TV to talk about sign language, what is his wish?
His wish is to see hearing schools take sign language seriously.
Okay.
They should take the example of Pinnacle of Success Academy.
Okay.
Because there he feels belong to the society. The children there are interested in learning sign language. Every morning there they have morning devotion where the children sing the anthem in sign language.
Okay. I think I'm going to maybe just emphasize that Dennis is hoping that many more schools like the ones you and I go to will take interest in sign languages so that our children can grow up knowing why it's important to reach out to our brothers and sisters, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues who have hearing problems. Dennis, I'm going to thank you so much for coming on the program, and thank also Mbele Patience for pushing further open that window on sign language. As we say on the program, we only open a window, and we hope that you have taken interest in it. Thank you for coming. Have a beautiful day. And Sonita, thank you for being the bridge between Dennis and myself this morning.
Thank you.
I hope that you have a beautiful day ahead.
Thank you.
Let's go discover. We're going to a partnership that is between Deutsche Welle and the CRTV. On this program, on every day of this program, we go on a discovery of Africa, and it's Africa on the Move with Deutsche Welle. Stick with us. I'll meet you behind that for continuation of the program.
It's laundry day in Dindefelo. Women have been washing clothes in the river for as long as they can remember, especially in the dry season when the village wells dry up and water is scarce. So packaging and even old clothes are left in the forest. The community wants to change that and has declared Dindefelo a conservation park. We have to learn to love our environment instead of destroying it. Above all, we must not leave plastic lying around. Excessive use of plastic ruins the environment. Karim Kamara is the park's director. He hosts a program on community radio. He talks incessantly about environmental protection and the fight for waste removal. You're listening to Kedugu FM, your regular program on environmental protection. Karim Kamara has sensitized the village to the need to protect the environment. Twice a week, the women meet for a community cleaning action. Their aim, zero plastic, no more plastic waste in Dindefelo. Some 50 women join the initiative. Despite their efforts, the women have yet to reach their goal. Plastic is everywhere. That's what we are struggling against here. We want people to use textile bags we have expressly ordered. But compared to how it was, we've taken a big step forward. Liliana Pacheco Ricote is a Spanish scientist who has been living in Dindefelo for the past 7 years, researching the habitat and behavioral patterns of the chimpanzees in the conservation park. She commends the work Karim Kamara has been doing. The chimpanzees are all there in the forest, right behind the village. That's why it's so important that we cooperate, really important. Every morning at 6 o'clock, Ricote sends rangers into the forest. They're looking for a pack of about 50 chimpanzees that have withdrawn because of the baboons. The rangers crisscross the forest the whole day without glimpsing a single chimpanzee. Back in the village, the rangers hand over their notes to one of the Spanish scientists working with Liliana Ricote. They registered their 15-kilometer walk on a special GPS, which is used to create a map. Karim Kamara says that a week ago the chimpanzees were still there. Now they've withdrawn deeper into the forest. We wanted to do something for the apes, but we didn't know how. The Spanish researchers helped us. We talked with all the neighboring villages explaining what this was about. People accepted it, and we were able to found a conservation park with the other communities. The hopes are that the chimpanzees will bring in tourists. The villagers are trying to protect the habitat of the endangered species as best they can. But the park will only be financially viable if the chimpanzees remain.
You're watching Cameroon Feeling on the CRTV on a very special morning. Here in Yaoundé, the skies have come really down on the city, and I'm not surprised if in some parts of the town it's raining. However the weather is, wherever you are, we hope we're bringing some warmth to you. And right now, though, let's discover a university institute that is found in Douala. It's called the University Institute of the Tropics. We are with Mr. Divine Do Awafon. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
No, I'm fine.
Thank you for coming all the way from Douala to be on our set.
Yeah, thank you.
You are the director of the Higher Institute of Tertiary and Industrial Techniques, which is an institute under the University Institute of Tropics.
Yes.
Am I right? Okay.
Yes.
First of all, tell me about the University Institute of Tropics. How would you explain it, define it to people who do not know about it?
Yeah, the University Institute of the Tropics is simply a private, non-denominational university.
Okay.
Yeah, found in Douala, training in the commercial and the technical fields. So, as you see, the University Institute of the Tropics has two schools. Inside it has ISTI, which is the High Institute of Tertiary and Industrial Technology, which takes care of all the commercial programs of the institution. Then it has South Polytech. So South Polytech takes care of all the engineering programs of the institution.
All right.
It's found in Douala.
You want to reassure us, since the school is new, about the resources you have. Do you have the fundamentals to run the programs that you're running? Do you have the equipment? Do you have the people to man the institutions?
Yes, you see, the school is not actually new. It is the name UJET that is new. It started as ISTI, but now with the decision of the Minister of Higher Education, we had to move from a higher institute to a university institute. So it is this name UJET that is new. But with ISTI, it is not new, and we have all the infrastructures. We have all the lecturers who have been running for 5 years. Okay. Yes, so I think we've graduated so many batches, especially at the bachelor's level. Then it's now that we're graduating the first batch at the master's level.
In your master's program, you have an MBA program?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that and also talk about the EMBA program?
Yes, actually that, because there are some people who are still like asking the question, what is the difference between the MBA, the EMBA program? Now, let me start with the MBA program. So we have the MBA program, and we enter there with the first degree. The MBA program has specialties. So you have an MBA, the first year everybody is together, general business studies. In the second year, you can specialize. You can switch either in accounting and audit, banking and insurance, marketing, project management, human resource management. But now, for the executive MBA, this one is a special program for those who are already working. So if you have a bachelor's degree in any field, and then you have at least 5 years working experience, then you can enroll for the executive MBA program. This one is not a specialized program, it is a general Masters of Business Administration program. So you do entrepreneurial studies and the rest. So this program is, we choose Douala first, but very soon I know we'll be coming to Yaoundé. This program is destined mostly for those who are already working in the enterprises. So we see that Douala being like the economic capital, it is worth important for us starting with Douala. And then with this program, we have decided to make some partnerships. So we decided to make partners not only with faculties, since we're a business school. We went to the University of Bamenda, and then we made our partnership with HICM. That is the business school in the University of Bamenda for these programs. And then we also made another partnership with in France, because we have a program of Collège de Paris at ISTI, where we have the MBA program. You can start your school at ISTI, that is in UJET, in Douala, and then you continue in France. Then again, we deem it necessary to visit some other African countries which are actually very known in the domain of education. So we move forward to Ghana. So we are also in partnership with JIMPA, Ghana Institute of Public Administration. It is not a private school, but it is a government school and a business school in Ghana.
I want you to give us the entry requirements and also the contact details for your school.
Yeah, you see, as I said, for the first cycle, that is the HND or the BTS, you enter there just with your A-levels.
Okay.
Yes. But now, for this special program now of the MBA and the EMBA, you enter there with your bachelor's degree. And I repeat that with the executive MBA, your bachelor's degree is irrespective of the specialty of the degree. But now for the MBA, your degree, the specialty you will choose must be in line with your bachelor's degree. So you can get to us. We're in Douala at Rond-Point Maïtu, and then we're also in Bonaberi. Douala, the easiest number to get to us is 651 26 26 26.
Okay, can you repeat that in case some people were still struggling to grab a pen?
Yes, 651 26 26 26.
Thank you so much, Mr. Divine Do Our Phone, for coming on the CRTV. I hope that the message about your school and the institution, UJET, has gone out, and that many people will take interest in the different courses that you offer. I want to say again that you offer master's courses and MBA.
Yes,
other courses.
We have master's courses and MBA. We have a complete engineering program in our South Polytech School that is still under UJET.
Okay.
Yes, and then we have a complete cycle where you make 5 years to come out as an engineer. And then we are under the mentorship of the University of Douala with that one, the Faculty of Industrial Engineering.
Right.
And then we also have this, the Center for Management Development at UJET. It means that we solve specific issues of companies. A company can decide to come with a group of workers for us to train them depending on what they're searching for. Yes, we have a pool of consultants from all over Cameroon and abroad that helps in this training.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wafong. You're not going, you stay with us. So let's discover. If I tell you Jaff Nyoy Joybert, would you know what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about food though. I'm not talking about music. Maybe I'm talking about music. If you're thinking Afa music, yes, that's the only music I'm talking about. I'm talking about this young man who some time ago, he would tell you his story, quit his job. Good morning, Joybert.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Am I right to say some time ago you quit your job?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Tell me the story.
Well, it was about 5 years ago where I felt that I was ripe for something bigger than myself, and I was tired of the same processes and the same systems, and I discovered something I could do better than most people, and I ventured into it, and here we are today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started by saying you quit your job at some point because people working always think they have to be slaves to what they are doing. If you come to a point when your cup is full, then probably you need to chart a new terrain, chart a new path like Joybert did. Tell me about your path when you resigned and up from then till now. A lot has happened, but pick out some and share with us.
Well, it was not a bed of roses as maybe most people may think, because I ventured into a sector that is not as popular yet in the country and in this part of Africa like in most places, in the area of training and consulting. And I had to go through the process of getting people to trust what we can provide, the solutions, the enterprise solutions, corporate training and consultancy. But about a year or two, people started believing in what we can provide and get people from one level to another. So our services focus on personal coaching in terms of people and enterprise development in terms of working with enterprises and entrepreneurs and startups to help them make more money. And then working with corporate bodies. You know, a lot of corporate bodies go through difficult processes in terms of process innovation, strategic execution, talent development, and all of that. So we have solutions in these key areas. And for 5 years so far, it has been amazing, and we have broken some barriers and in some countries, and we're waxing strong.
I'm wishing you a lot of success. You're here with your book. Can I see a copy of it?
Yes, please.
Tell me about this book. First of all, why did you write the book? How is the book faring out there?
Well, I wrote this book after speaking in two key events. One was in Accra, Ghana, and one mama asked me a question. She made a comment and said, I wish I heard some of these things at your age, but I'm happy my son was in this seminar with me. So that sent a very strong message to me. And then in Bamenda again, while speaking in the conference, one part told me that how come you have achieved this much at your age? And so it sent me to, how can I write a book that can help people to live from here to there? As a coach, it's my responsibility to work with young people and any person to get them from one level to another. And the book has been out for a couple of months, and currently we have sold 1,000+ copies.
I hope you sell more. You recently launched Afa Music.
Yes.
What is Afa Music?
Afa Music is a mobile application that aims to project the Cameroon culture in terms of music and rhythms. We are a very blessed nation with 250+ tribes and ethnic groups, and each of these have amazing rhythms and music that the world need to see. I always say that in real sense, there's nothing Africa can surprise the West with in terms of technology and all of that, but I bet we can surprise them with culture. music, rhythms and sounds that they have never heard. So Afro Music is that platform that I want to project to the African entertainment into the world.
All right. Jafnyo is about a lot of things. I hope that I wish a lot of success in everything you're doing. If I were going to ask you, some mornings are like that, you know, you need to eat okra so that it rolls. But if I were to ask you a parting word, what would be your word to our to fans of yours who are watching you and to other persons who are discovering you this morning?
I always like to say, especially young people, because they're my major target market, no young person is entitled to automatic success. It takes hard work, strategy, and a lot of perseverance to make it happen. Okay. And secondly, there is a lot out there, especially in the African continent, for us to do. Pick one single problem, design a solution towards it, create value, change lives, and make some money. And before I go, I know it was your birthday, so I actually brought a book signed for your birthday.
Oh, nice.
I'd like to give you as a birthday gift.
I was like, if somebody says happy birthday again, I'll cry, because the love has been like overpouring. Thank you so much, Joybeth.
Thank you so much.
Let me not steal this copy.
This is mine.
Thank you for coming on Cameroon Feeling. I'm going to ask you to sit with me, so let's discover this very special mixture. It's said to be cleansing. It's our Made in Cameroon page. Belle Suzanne is talking about a mixture of palm wine and herbs that heals. Just stay with us.
This mixture, made of palm wine and some medicinal plants, is highly consumed by the entourage of Amana Henry, who is the producer. The concoction is alleged to be exceptional and has healing properties. For this fact, many take delight in consuming it.
Apparently, it cleanses the kidney and it helps a great deal in boosting sexual appetite and performance.
It's quite interesting for someone to cover many kilometers on a daily basis to get us this drink.
We are used to consuming this in rural areas, and it is said to have a high effect in men.
Amana Henry has learned to produce this concoction thanks to his father, who has been a pharmacologist. Concoctions with natural plants are sometimes said to have side effects. Nonetheless, this specialty of his, he can boast of its efficiency.
This drink treats stomach issues, impotency and sexual weakness. It is an old age natural drink and it is far from being an excitant. This crowd you see here is testimony of the fact that what I sell is of good quality and they appreciate.
Considering the healing benefits of this mixture, Amana Henry wishes for it to be known within and beyond Cameroon. It's this drive that took him to the 2018 Excellence Days of Scientific Research and Innovation.
Thank you so much, Belle Suzanne, for telling us about that cleansing mixture. There's always a lot of fun, but also a lot of discovery when you dip into the things that we do in the villages, less of what we do in towns. And talking about things we do in towns, maybe some of those things that you eat, they give you gastritis and you do not know. On our wellness page today, Mbele Patience for me is right here on the set with me with lots of nice things. But I don't know how nice they are. Good morning, Patience. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
I could have some juice, you know, from what you bring.
Oh yes, but first we have to play this little game.
Tell me about it.
Dr. Elonge will tell us more about gastritis, but we know that it's a condition that affects the stomach lining.
Yes.
It could also lead to nausea, bloating, causing you not to have enough appetite to eat. But talking about eating, there are certain things that you need to avoid when you have gastritis because it increases the issue and you do not want that. So we're going to play a brief game. Slay King.
You're here with Slay King, a very special, the cock in the house. Kembengochi, good morning.
Good morning, Pochi.
In a short while, we'll have jobs, but before that, it looks like Patience has something for you.
Okay, so I will start with poaching.
Yes.
Between the apple and chips, what should you avoid and what should you go for if you have gastritis?
Oh, that's easy. They say an apple a day keeps you away from the doctor. And I know that chips, personally, I have gastritis problems. So one of the things I avoid is plantain, especially unripe plantain.
Yes. Bravo. Yes, you got it right. Now I kept the tough one for the Slay King.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Go there.
Between the tomato, this is tomato paste, and yogurt, this is the yogurt. What should you have and what should you avoid if you're a gastritis patient?
Why is the tough one meant for me?
Yes, slay it, Slay King.
Slay for us now.
No, I don't know my way through this, but if I were to gamble, I will
you will avoid
get tomatoes.
I think you got it wrong. Am I right?
Got it wrong.
Because
that was the intention.
I was going to say the tomato would not be very good if you have gastritis.
And then finally, juice or coffee? Juice or coffee?
No, don't look at me. Answer now.
I think juice is healthier.
What do you think?
I'm really lost. Maybe coffee.
And she's right to be lost because none of these are good for you if you have gastritis. And that makes 0. Yes.
You know, I will ask your sisters in Moliko, the Slay Queens of Moliko, to join you and help you next time. But Patience, thank you though. That's the window into the gastritis discussion we're having today. I think you have a doctor on standby.
Yes, Dr. Elonga.
Gastritis is the inflammation of the stomach lining or injury to the stomach lining, and several causes have been associated to gastritis. We have a bacteria which accounts for up to 90% of all gastric cases. This bacteria is called Helicobacter pylori, and Helicobacter pylori is usually contracted from childhood. All children who at their creeping stage will pick things from the floor and put in their mouth. But this bacteria can survive for very long periods in the stomach, and the symptoms may only appear maybe at a later stage or in the elderly. That is why gastritis is usually common with old people. Now you also have this bacteria, once they yawn or somebody belches, the bacteria leave the stomach and comes to the saliva. So it can also be contracted through kissing, close contact, and even use of contaminated spoons, pans, and cups. Now this bacteria can also be transmitted from mother to child when a mother wants to feed the child. So they may taste the child's food and then feed the child. If they have the bacteria in the saliva, it will contaminate the child. Now you also have those who overcrowding in rooms. If you had more than 2 or 3 persons sleeping on a bed, once one person has the bacteria, during snoring, the bacteria can be transmitted to one person or the other. Now another major cause for gastritis.
Okay, so there's so many causes. We will go through on a few, I think, next week because there's a lot to know. You know that you can get gastritis, according to the doctor, by kissing someone. We never knew that. So
really?
Yep.
Good to know. It's good to watch Cameroon Feeling. You learn things every day.
Kiss.
Could you also get it by eating cocoa seeds, dry cocoa seeds?
I don't think so.
I got this somewhere downtown. Maybe someday on Made in Cameroon we'll talk about it.
Yes.
All right. So let's move from you to jobs. I know some of you are already waiting with pens and a sheet of paper. Kembengochi, what profile are we looking at today?
We're looking at a young medical doctor. Pochi, I'm just going to ask you a question.
You want to play with me too?
No, I'm not playing with you. So, did you nurse any dream, being a journalist when you were tender?
When I was young, I was fascinated by the voice coming out of the box, the radio, on the radio set. And I wanted to know how it works. When I got to know how it works, I wanted to be that voice speaking from the radio set. And yes, I'm one of those. It's few. It's rare to find people who dream these days and do what they want to do. Most people just take what life gives them. So I think I should thank God every day. If you ask people who grew up with me, they'll tell you, no, she has been talkative from small.
Okay, so I take you to meet your kind.
All right.
Her name is Christine Elonge. She's a medical doctor at the Batoke Integrated Health Center in Limbe. She tells us her story.
In order to become a medical doctor, I chose a career path in science. I did science in high school, did biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics, and thereafter I wrote an entrance examination to get into the Faculty of Health Science, University of Buea. There are 5 public universities in Cameroon and 5 private universities which offer a course in medicine, and all these courses involve entrance examinations which are usually written between August and September of every year. There are also various opportunities to do medicine out of the country. A typical day of work for me involves coming to the hospital by 7 a.m. and seeing patients who are admitted, sending some to run lab tests, discharging some or changing the treatment plans of some of those patients, and later on coming to my office to see patients who want to see me on outpatient basis. Occasionally, I have some cases to operate at the minor theater. Major cases are left for specialists. I am a general practitioner. A general practitioner is someone who went to medical school and did 7 years of training, which is the basic level of training. And a specialist is someone who continues school in one of the domains of medicine after the 7 basic years of general study. For the person who wants to have a career in medicine, I'll say first of all, medicine is not for the intelligent but for the hardworking. But you have to ensure that from as early as secondary school, you put in all the necessary steps to be able to get into medical school. First of all, make sure that you're good at the science subjects and you follow a career path in science, focusing mostly on biology, chemistry, and physics. And if you intend to go to an English-speaking university, it's in your interest to get good grades in English language. Thereafter, it's also good to do a lot of research to know which universities you may like to go to and to get information from possible mentors. Get in contact with people who are in the field already or with students who are in medical schools already to give you information about entrance examinations or preparatory material for the entrance exams.
Thank you so much, Kembengochi, for giving us that insight into the how you become a medical doctor. And this is a hug that we're sending to those of you who are watching us from the Southwest region and also from all over the country. Now, give us some of those job openings that we have.
I have four of them this morning. I take the first one rapidly. A job title, Human Resource Solution Manager, Advertiser, Guinness, Cameroon, SA. Location, Douala. And they say qualifications, university degree, preferably in human resource or law, 3 years of experience in human resource with at least 2 years in commercial, operational environment. In a commercial and operational environment, have a good track record of achievement in people development, excellent coaching ability, and how to apply. You send your CV and cover letter mentioning the job title to guinness.cameroon.recruitment@diageo.com, and the deadline is November 18, 2018. The email address again, guinness.cameroon.recruitment@diageo.com. I take the second one I have here, job title, commercial agents and advertiser, Vegas Africa SAL, location Yaoundé. Qualifications, at least HND in marketing, 2 years of working experience in hotel management and in the tourism sector, and be physically appealing and be a good orator. And how to apply for this one, you go to jumiajobs.com, and the deadline is November 18, 2018. Move over to the third. I have here residence manager, job title residence manager, advertiser, Foreign and Commonwealth Office, Yaoundé, Foreign and Commonwealth Office, Yaoundé. And they say location is Yaoundé. Qualifications, ability to plan, manage and deliver successful events, plus multitasking and working under pressure, and demonstrated experience of managing a budget, excellent staff management skills and effective communication, knowledge of restaurant, hotel and catering company food and beverage skills, and menu preparation. And how to apply, you go to glassdoor.com/Cameroon, glassdoor.com/Cameroon. Deadline November 13, which is today. So you may well want to make haste if you are interested in that job opportunity. The last one, Pochi, job title Corporate Service Manager, Advertiser, Foreign and Commonwealth Office, Yaoundé, location Yaoundé. Qualifications: strong financial background, ability to interpret financial data and oversee management of budgets, at least 3 years experience of working in a role with a financial background, strong management experience, previous experience managing a team and operating at senior management level, a BA in finance or management, experience working for a diplomatic mission or international organization. And how to apply for this one, you go to glassdoor.com/jobs/Cameroon, and deadline is November 19, 2018. And Pochi, before I leave,
well, I'm anticipating something nice.
Before I leave,
look at you.
I dressed for the occasion today. I wore a suit
and a tie.
And my suit is in the office. And after this, I'm expecting to wear it. I'm eager to.
You have 30 seconds to do that.
We move to the location where we are going to boogie.
Yeah. All right. Party. I'm ready for it. I'm wearing my jeans, and I'm ready.
So this is an Avangu.
Oh, nice. You know what? This is bye-bye for both of you. I'll join you on Thursday. But for now, the program continues. We'll have a transition and the latest of the latest from Alpha Beta Records. Mr. Leo says it's not new. C'est pas nouveau. That's the title of the song I'm giving you right now.
Better Records. Salatial on the beat.
Franchement, parfois on a besoin de se lâcher. Où sont les mamies? Où sont les papis? Rapidement, ça prête pour ce soir, on va l'ignorer. Doucement, mamie, doucement, papi. Apprêtez-vous vite, les gars, tout le monde s'habille, on vient de commencer. Petit à petit, on s'approche de la nuit, on veut tout gâter. Apprêtez-vous vite, les gars, tout le monde s'habille, on vient de commencer. Oh. Petit à petit, on s'approche de la nuit, on veut tout gâter. Time to party, call on everybody, ballin' till the morning, so you tell somebody. Time to party, call on everybody, ballin' till the morning, so you tell somebody. C'est pas nouveau, c'est pas nouveau. Y'a toujours des jaloux, c'est pas nouveau. C'est pas nouveau, c'est pas nouveau. Y'a toujours des jaloux, c'est pas nouveau. On est avancé. Les jaloux reculez. On est avancé. Les jaloux reculez. Même dans la pluie, même dans la boue, j'arrête pas de chercher. Je suis comme poisson dans l'eau, j'ai nassé le mot, j'arrête pas de pointer. Dans la vie, on n'a pas de choix, il faut bosser. Quand on a un peu, on a peur des amis, ouais, on va faire time to party, call on everybody, ballin' till the morning, so you tell somebody. Time to party, call on everybody, ballin' till the morning, so you tell somebody. C'est pas nouveau, y'a toujours des jaloux, c'est pas nouveau. C'est pas nouveau, c'est pas nouveau. Y'a toujours des jaloux, c'est pas nouveau. On est avancé. Les jaloux reculez. On est avancé. Les jaloux reculez. Franchement, parfois on a besoin de se lâcher. Où sont les mamies? Où sont les papis? Rapidement, ça prête pour ce soir, on va l'ignorer. Doucement, mamie, doucement, papi. Time to party, call on everybody, ballin' till the morning, so you tell somebody. Time to party, call on everybody, ballin' till the morning, so you tell somebody. C'est pas nouveau, c'est pas nouveau. Y'a toujours des jaloux. Jaloux, c'est pas nouveau. C'est pas nouveau. Nouveau, c'est pas nouveau. T'as toujours des jaloux. Jaloux, c'est pas nouveau. On est avancé, avancé, avancé. Les jaloux reculés, reculés, reculés. On est avancé, avancé, avancé. Les jaloux reculés, reculés, reculés. Chapeau.
When Alpha Beta Records starts doing it, they always do it right. If it's Mr. Leo, if it's Salatiel, if it's anybody in the house, they are getting it really right. This is a beautiful song. It's spanking new. If you're hearing it like it's new, it's because it's new, and I hope you enjoy it. You can now go on YouTube. Please rush to YouTube and listen and watch it again. While you're rushing though, let me tell you about how to write a book by using a book. Belle Susan is here for our Let's Read slot. Good morning.
Good morning,
How are you?
Well, quite better today.
Happy to have you on the program. Today we're looking at this book, Fundamentals of Book Writing.
Yes.
I'm going to keep it like this so my camera can get a close shot.
Very important.
Tell me, give me the gist. What is in this book?
Well, it is a fascicle of just 65 pages. You see, it's not big. It's quite, very thin in terms of
easy to
pages.
digest.
Exactly, very easy to digest. So they say this fascicle, Fundamentals of Book Writing by Margaret Shiri, Siri Ngwa, and Magdalene Shiri Hale Awa, is addressed to all those who aspire to be good, readable, and consummate writers who are called to be meticulous with fine little details. The authors, Shiri and Siri, have provided essential tools for all would-be writers to use with skillful care and adequate artistic discernment. They have done it in such a way that it compels the would-be writers to halt and ponder for a while before writing. Yes, before diving into writing. That is before and after, before, during, and after writing. And also, what we should also know is that the authors have also spelled out the techniques and strategies for any writers, so that's seek to be interesting and also to be understood. Now, I'm very sure you're going to ask the question, what are some of these techniques?
Exactly. I was going to ask you, give us some of the tips and things to know about writing.
Well, be it a fiction or a non-fiction book, it is important to write down topics.
Okay.
Very important to write down topics, because you need to start from somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, so as to develop and progress in a particular manner. So you have to work on your outline. Outline here, we are referring to the plan or the preliminary sketch of what you want to develop. And so you're going to carry out research. It's very important for research, because we know that if you don't give the right concrete information, then you will be writing something which is not worth it.
Yes.
And so you also have to do drafting. Drafting, very important, meaning drafting is very important in writing, as the two authors say, because it permits you to be in a secluded area where you can develop a calm environment, in order to concentrate on what you want to bring forth. And also, you read over and over, because it's true that if you don't read over and over, there are some mistakes
you could let go of some mistakes.
Let go of some mistakes, and you should also do editing and proofwriting.
Okay.
So those are the techniques which she has they have put forth inside this book. Some other aspects, these two female authors, or these two dynamic minds, have put together. They've also touched the aspect of scholarly mechanics, and the scholarly mechanics here are punctuation marks, they are diacritics, they are symbol numerals, and they are scholarly mechanics important simply because the scholarly mechanics need some mastery in order to be useful communicative. I think that's very important. Sure, I will not go because you certainly want to know more about these ladies.
Yes, I think I saw very quickly behind that one is a PhD holder.
Exactly.
Madame Awa Magdalene.
Yes, Magdalene. Yes, Awa Magdalene is a PhD holder in economics history and a writer on the family and societal issues. And she has authored 13 books and co-authored 2, which the fundamentals of book writing is one. Is one of them, and she's also the 2012 winner of the Eco Foundation Award of non-fiction genre. And also Margaret Siri. You get the names. One is called Siri, and
what
the
a
other
play
one,
of words.
Exactly.
Yes.
The other one is called Shiri. So Margaret Siri Ngwa hails from the Northwest region, Bafut to be more precise, and she also holds a BSc in Secretariat Administration. And what other thing you should also note is that she has published 3 novels, very important. And I keep, should I keep the best for the last?
Yes, you have to wrap it up in 30 seconds.
Exactly. Just to end with this quotation, this quotation which is coming from Emmanuel Olomide, who says that when you read, you climb on others' shoulders, and this helps you to see further as you become better informed.
Indeed, read more, climb more on people's shoulders. That's one way to climb on the shoulders without getting anybody annoyed at all. On the contrary, writers are happy that you ride on their shoulders. Thank you so much, Belle Suzanne, for coming.
You're welcome.
Just near you is somebody who makes good use of novels, of writings, and of, you said creative minds, of creativity. He's called Francis Labie. Good morning, and thank you for coming on Cameroon Feeling.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Very glad you're here. You are a filmmaker, and right now you're working on a series which is called Slave Fights.
Yeah.
But maybe you first of all tell us about the film you released, the Sect movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning to everybody, and I'm very happy to be here today. The Sect movie is a movie that I released with many difficulty. But I wanted to transmit some message to some people because, you know, we are living in the world where some people are thinking that to survive or to success, you should do some bad things. That is what we call sect. So in my movie, I'm trying to relate all those things, and that is.
We have some images of the Sect that we'll be showing as Labie. We'll be talking about his career and his projects as we move towards the end of this year. Tell me about the series that you're now working on. What is the idea in the series, and who is it for?
To be true, to be honest, I got the idea from what is happening in Libya. Yeah, you know, our fellow brothers are traveling. They want to success, and they don't know that even here we can success. And so if you want to go abroad, it's not, you don't have to go by the straight like they are doing. So this is where I get the idea, and now I'm working to show that it was not the good way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And if you were to say something about the industry, maybe your wish, seeing from the difficulties that you've had, what is your wish?
What can I say? The difficulty is everywhere. Everybody is facing this.
Okay.
I can just call our partner, our brothers, to just join their hands, working together, and of course tomorrow things will be better. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. We're going to watch a little bit of the video that you brought.
Yeah.
And behind that. Thank you so much. I was saying, Francis, for coming on the program. We hope that when you're done with the series, you'll come over here again so we discover it together with our viewers. I'm going to leave you with this report from another filmmaker. She's based in London. Dorothy Diamond is her name, and she is one lady who is multi-talented, multitasking all the time, but all the time she never fails. Just watch this. Well, we're going to have the report on Dorothy Diamond by Ariane Sisimbok in a very short while. Just stay with us. As I was telling you, this is a Cameroonian based in London. She doesn't do filmmaking as a full-time job, but when she gets her finger on it, it's all awesome. Stay with us.
Do this? I swear,
I will put out every single dirty little secret of yours.
Very loving woman, and she lived.
The movie Curtains depicts one of life's brutal realities. The mask we sometimes wear to be up to par with society's expectations. The lady behind the film is Dorothy Ako Are, known as Dorothy Diamond, Cameroonian filmmaker based in the UK.
Most of you would know me as Dorothy Diamond on my social media platforms. That's on Facebook, that's on Instagram, that's on Tumblr, that's on Twitter. Like, there's so many now I can't even keep. But in the corporate world, in the corporate side of things, you're going to find me as Dorothy Ako Are. I do a lot of things that are very artistic. I have a 9-to-5 job. I have a full-time job that I do. But I kind of, on my spare time, find so much energy and drive to do stuff. Most of the stories I write are based around my childhood in Cameroon, my understanding of how people interact, the gregarious nature of Cameroonians that isn't fully, almost always positive, but it is very, very remarkable how Cameroonians interact, right? The things I write, the concepts, the themes that come across in my writing are almost always based on Cameroonian stories. I think the pinnacle of what I have done culturally to depict where I come from, who I am as a Cameroonian, apart from just talking to people, was my film Curtains. So in 2007, I started writing a couple of stories, and one of them kind of really garnered some kind of interest and following, and it became a sequence. So in 2017, when I was looking to make a film, I went back into that story, took out the script, and created something called a movie, a feature film, my first feature film, Curtains.
She is a long-time fiction blogger whose stories have been published by renowned African literary site, Brittle Paper.
I write a lot of fictional stories. I have published around 22 fiction stories on my blog. And one of them was really good and was picked up by an African literary review paper called Brittle Paper. And I have had like actions to do a bit more with them, but I haven't had the time.
Dorothy has hopped with ease from blogging to writing, media and film, just to name but these.
The opportunities weren't many to become more than what I wanted to be after journalism and mass communication. It's quite limited in Cameroon. So when I see the generation after me getting into music, into acting, straight out of uni, I kind of have like this extreme joy in my heart. Like I want to pat their backs and just go, kudos guys, you're doing everything I wanted to do, but I just didn't know where to start. Or we didn't have role models then. It was really rare when I finished uni to just think about going into acting. The films were very limited, like the industry wasn't even, it was non-existent. So a lot of things didn't immediately happen after my degree in journalism and mass communication, when I was quite settled in the UK and I was confident enough that I didn't need to, to depend on anyone to get anything. I kick-started the whole creative thing. So I started blogging, I started social media, which is quite inspiring because a lot of people use social media differently. But if you see the benefits of social media and you're using it for a negative thing, I kind of feel like you need to recheck your stance in life, because on social media you can sell yourself, you can build your skills, you can check out the competition. I mean, there is always competition in every industry, right? You can check out the competition and then you put yourself 10 steps ahead of the game.
Every rung on the career ladder for the TV Escape Media CEO has been a challenge.
The greatest challenge for me, being a black woman, struggling to get to the top of my career in the UK amidst so many different other cultures, and it's a massive major metropolitan city, and I wasn't educated yet from like childhood, so there's so many things that you feel like you're learning every single day. you're going into meetings, you're learning. You're basically a learner in everything you do.
Dorothy Diamond beat these challenges by facing them head-on. They turned out to be sources of motivation, killing stereotypes, and enabling her smash the glass ceiling.
What's the point in saying it's never gonna end? You're too proud to say that you made a mistake.
What? Has nothing to do with you being late. Well, then what possible other reason could there be for you not wanting to introduce me to your friends and family?
Gonna fit. No, I'm not the type that you like. Why don't we just pretend?
Dorothy Diamond, they say Cameroonians are talented and you see it in everything they touch. Wherever they go, whatever they touch, you know, a hand with a lot of commitment has been around this thing, and that's a beautiful movie. We'll encourage you to go after curtains, take interest in it, and also in every other thing that Dorothy Diamond is doing out there. One other lady that I want you to take interest in is a princess who is right here in the studio with me, Princess Dorandem. And you know what, in case you didn't know, tomorrow is her birthday. So if you're watching us, we're encouraging you to start packaging your love so that tomorrow you meet her and share that with her. Princess Dorandem Fotabon, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right. I'm definitely very pleased to know that you're here in the studio with me. You are an actress, but also a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You've done movies that we've broadcast even on the CRTV,
Yeah.
and that we are hoping to broadcast some more. Tell me about your journey into the film industry.
I started as an actress, that is in 2007.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I did very little because my kids were still very young, so I had to give them time to grow up so that I can come into it fully. So I withdrew a little for about 5 years,
Yeah.
then came back fully in 2011. Yes, as an actress, I've featured in so many films, more than 20. From different production houses, but I saw the need to start my own production house because of the demand of the public, and from my own little experience that I got on the field, I started a production house in 2016, and so far I've produced 3 long films, 10 short films, and a series.
You are a production house that is really, really at work. I mean, when we call your name, people can at least name a movie or an actress or an actor who did something in your movie. Take us a little bit through the story, like give us an idea of the topics that you handle and the films that go with them.
Yeah, I handle societal issues and concentrating more on royalty.
Okay.
With the experience I got from my royal background, I've seen a lot, and I also spent the first part of my marriage in the north, where I was so close to a royal family. So I have a lot of idea concerning royalty in Cameroon in different aspects of the country, like in the northwest, in the Bamni case, and of course in the BLM where I come from our palace and other palaces around. I got to learn a lot. So I am out to promote culture. I started with social issues just to introduce myself as a producer, but for now I'm going deep culturally.
All right.
Yeah, and that can be seen in my recent movie Bossy Addiction.
I think that's a movie I'm very anxious to watch, and I'm encouraging you to keep your ears close to the ground for. One other person who is in this studio with us is Ndicho Boris. He's here. In a short while, we'll be looking at some of the topics that our celebrities are causing us to look into. But before that, though, we'll be looking a little bit at the music industry. Ndicho Boris, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Good morning. Thank
How are you?
I'm good. It's my pleasure being here.
All right. Do you know Princess Dorandem?
I've heard of that name.
You've heard of the name?
Yeah.
All right. I hope that you're not only here, but that very soon you'll be watching some of the movies that she has produced.
Of course. I'm willing to work with her as a blogger.
All right. Ndicho Boris is a blogger, and his eyes and ears are very open to what happens in the media and also beyond. And hopefully he will be taking some interest in what you do in a short while. But tell me about the journey of making movies. What are some of those difficulties, and what are your hopes? What do you hope that can change in what you do?
I think my only problem for now is the market. But I want to appreciate CRTV that is showing a lot of interest in my works, and they're already sealing so many deals with me. But I would plead that they should step up the administrative procedure. It is a bit, time is money, and it is a bit slow.
All right.
So apart from that, I don't really have a major problem because my team is good. It's a good one. I have good actors. I have a standby crew, and everything is okay. Since I'm based in Yaoundé, I don't really have difficulties. Everything is at my disposal. But we need a bit of support from the government. The government should come in. At least they should appreciate and encourage us. We are working for the public. Yeah.
It is on this is you're on the right channel to say that. I hope that you've been heard. I'm wishing you a lot of success. I'm also wishing you a happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the program with us, Princess Dora. If we're going to ask you to say a last word to your fans, to people who watch you, or to your team, what would be your parting word on the program?
I'm not really out to make money, but I'm out because of love and the passion I have for the industry, for my work. So tomorrow I'll be sharing with my fans.
All right.
On my birthday.
For your birthday.
I'm inviting all of them, all those who are available, to come in white. It's going to be a white party to join me. It's an opportunity for me to get close to them because I love them. I can't really go ahead without them. So I'm inviting all of them to join me, celebrate.
Thank you so much for coming on the program. Have a beautiful day. I wish you a beautiful birthday tomorrow.
Thank you.
I'm going to go over to join Ndicho Boris, with whom we'll be looking first of all at the music industry after the failed concert of you know who.
Tizi
Panchak in Birmingham. But it's just a feel, but not the end of it, because if you keep your ears close to him, you will know a lot is happening. Let's talk a little bit about the music industry. What's your reading of it?
I think the Cameroon music industry has greatly improved on, and I think the Ministry of Arts and Culture can step in to step up the game.
Okay.
And
in what way?
That is creating a music academic. You know, most youths usually they leave their education and they are mostly involved into music, and you see youths have passion for music. So I think if the Ministry of Arts and Culture comes in to create a music academy where they can train talents, young talents who are aspiring to be great musicians, it will sell our culture to the world.
Are you not being partial? Because this ministry is for everybody artistic.
Of course. I not only music, maybe as movie, as Princess Dora was talking about. And then I equally think of a Ministry of Culture coming up with an annual music festival.
Okay.
An annual music festival
to showcase
talents, where more talents will also save an opportunity where top government officials can have a direct contact, physical contact with the youths.
With homegrown talents. I see you coming. Thank you so much, though. But you stay with us. In a short while, we'll be looking at some of the things that made news this week in the life of celebrities, our own celebrities. We're coming closer to that paparazzi culture. But let's go get this report by Patience Mbele. It's about 3 ladies with a stone, and we are talking about theater. Just sit back and watch this performance.
What would you do if you were told you were to find the most exquisite, inestimable thing you desire and need? How far would you go to get it? A number of Cameroonians were called to self-discovery as they thronged to the Cameroon Cultural Center in Yaoundé to watch the theater performance of the play 3 Ladies with a Precious Stone.
But what did I do wrong this time around? You should allow me to narrate my story.
The theater is where people are shown what they could be if they wanted, what they are and what they'd like to be if they dared to. An experienced hand in over 14 plays, the writer and director of this play, Nanga Lizette, is the president of the Visionary Theatre Troupe.
Just go as if you were tired, as if you were drunk.
Eclectic and multifaceted, Lizette is an award-winning film director who refuses to let go of her roots in theatre arts. I caught up with her to witness the resolution of her hard work, aptly titled 3 Ladies and a Precious Stone.
3 Ladies with a Precious Stone, it's a story that talks about 3 ladies. 3 ladies with varying troubles. We got Tench, we got Barren Lady, and we also got a spinster.
We are 3 useless fools. The barren woman. Are you gigolo and a frustrated spinster. Mr. Man!
You stink!
And they are wealthy ladies of caliber. But again, they have this stigma in the society because nobody wants to be beside them. Nobody loves them. At some point, they say they have to look for a remedy for their problems. And they have a dream. And a dream is revealed to them that there is somewhere up a hill in a cave where they have to go find a precious stone. And that stone is going to be the solution to their problems. That's the story.
The story accounts the misfortunes of 3 ladies who suffer stigma from the society because of their deemed shortcomings, which range from their incapabilities to helplessness.
Actually, this play has so many messages. At some point, I tried to talk about the woman in the society. And I wouldn't want to make it so common. Ladies in society were always being maltreated by their husband, by society. I want to really make it different. To ladies who have the natural problems in life that was caused by they themselves, not by their husband or their friends, but by they themselves. That is a little difference about this story.
Back in the days, I was so young and beautiful. Rich men, handsome men, they came in their numbers. But I rejected all of them.
You people cannot even give birth, barren woman. Good God, come to my aid, God not come. When they ask you guys to born with children and nonsense.
These women representing the challenges we face daily chose to fight the odds like we all should do. Their journey is ignited by the quest to find a precious stone inside a cave on the hillside.
Back in the forest, you will find stones, you will find trees, you will find the waters. These 3 elements are very important in life. For me, they are the source of life. So I have to take one of them and talk about it. That is the stone.
The journey of 3 days is filled with obstacles of all sorts, from their surroundings to the facing of their inner demons, which disentangles an inner healing light represented by the stone.
A stone, to me, it is like the base of humanity. It is the foundation of humanity. A stone is a diamond, it is gold. A stone, it's a mansion, it's a skyscraper. A stone, it is sand. A stone is everything in life. A stone really is everything in life.
And I must add, a stone is strength.
Yeah, for sure.
Take the precious stone.
God. Yes, but you can go to the opium, to the apex to find God. It is not anybody to just imagine that I can go to a forest and I find a stone that will heal my problems. I wanted to make it extraordinary. Usually we go for prayers, we bow, we kneel down, and we ask God to intervene in our own problems. That is so common. But people should know that believing in God, it's not an easy task. Yes, sending you to go to a forest for 3 days to look for a stone, it is believing in God to another level. The message is belief in God. It is not easy.
Theater is a place people come to see the truth about life and to be challenged to be aspirational about an attainable future. That's why Lisette insists we must hold on to the dying art form.
Theater is the mother of every form of art. It is theater that gave birth to cinema, that gave birth to painting, that gave birth to every other form of art. We have a story, and the story is being told using so many elements, using light, using sound, using scenography, decor, stage prop. It is a whole lot of things. Theater to me is very beautiful.
Theater is watched live, so you can easily tell if you have worked your audience up front.
Actually, it's really very interesting. They actually got the precious stone by the grace of, by the help of God.
It was actually a great play. I learned a lot from the play. It was really good. We have all the reasons to encourage theater in Cameroon because through the theater act in Cameroon, we find many talents. Yeah.
I would like people to come when they call you to come for the performance. Please come and encourage theater in Cameroon and encourage Cameroon culture, please.
Cameroonians don't go to watch theater because they are not informed. Most of the time, it's our friends that come to watch our performances, friends and family. I am tired of that. I want to organize a performance, and I find strange faces there. You understand? It should be the same like I'm now seeing a performance for maybe Tenor, maybe Magasco, maybe Doug Z. All of these stars, it should be the same. We go watch our performances, we don't know them.
Yes.
But instead, it is all people that we know. That is really, really bad. So it's about communication. When we communicate, people will come, and they will love to come always. They are not at all aware about theater in Cameroon.
We are encouraged to experience art because every performance is like a ghost. It's there and then it's gone. But if it's good, it certainly looms on.
We encourage you on Cameroon Feeling to please take interest in theatre. Go discover our own talents, especially in performances. You will never be disappointed if you're sitting to watch talented Cameroonians performing. I'm going to come back to Ndicho Boris. This is the moment when we gossip, isn't it?
It is.
We're starting with the Birmingham Phil.
Yeah.
Yes, tell me about it.
Oh, Tizzy Panchak's show in United Kingdom, in Birmingham, turned out a fiasco. And you know, Tizzy was booked to perform in UK on the 10th of Saturday, the 10th of November 2018. And then he was normally supposed to appear on stage at 9 p.m., but he later on came at 4 a.m. and just performed for about 8 minutes. Because of the greed that the show organizers had. They wanted to sell drinks first. So fans in the United Kingdom were so disappointed, and the rumors got back home, and fans back home too were disappointed. So Tizzy Panchak had to issue his apology on his timeline on Facebook, stating that the fault came from the organizers, not from his own side. So the organizers too as well apologized because they were at the fault. And Tizzy Panchak, you know, his humility was actually seen here as well, because he's that artist that when he goes on a wrong, or he feels like he's disappointed in his fans, or fans are disappointed in him, he will definitely just come up with an apology, as he did for Ojovi.
I read that, and I thought it was a good thing that we should have artists, or we should be fans of people who know how to step down.
And one important thing that made it good, because after disappointing his fans in the United Kingdom, he came up with another show the next day, for free, to satisfy his fans in UK. So that was great of Tizzy Panchak, and a shout out to him.
I heard a lot of people calling it the Njangi show. I just wanted to say that there are also fans in Njangi houses, and those fans deserve that their star should reach out to them.
Exactly.
And thank you so much, Ndicho Boris, for coming up with that topic of discussion. The second topic that you said we should talk about is Montez in Canada.
As well. This has been...
We're not talking about Afrima, right?
No, we're not talking about Afrima. Yeah, Montez normally had a show on the 9th of November 2018 in Canada, and the show was a success. The show was a success indeed, because Montez... she showed picture, because she was sharing the same stage with Diamond Platinum, the famous Tanzanian artist, and Peter of P-Square. Yes, so her show was successful, as you could see the beautiful pictures she posted. And you realize that Montez, after her Afrima Awards in Nigeria in 2017, when she won that award, she has been holding the hands of upcoming artists, as you could see her making a collabo with Gino, No Worry, and which was highly appreciated by many, and I give a shout out to Montez as well.
Okay, it's a morning of shout out, except that maybe the third one might not be. We're talking about this artist whom is rumored has a baby in the making. Magasco FC.
Do you know the song "If I Give You Belle, Nami Magasco"? Magasco finally did it. Indeed.
Are you sure he did it? Because he put up a message.
No, when you start
that bloggers like you should not get into trouble.
No, when you get rumors from highly influential personalities, social media personalities like Valerie Acha, you normally know there is no smoke without fire, of course.
All right.
Yeah. So there was a rumor that Magasco impregnated.
It's a future Tiny. Did I get it right?
Of course. They said the lady is expecting twins. And it's a US based. That means you have a close follow-up of what is going on social media.
Yes.
Yeah, and before that, we equally had rumors. I don't know why Cameroonian stars often prefer having their ladies abroad, especially US in particular, because Magasco's chick too is from US, and Kosi.
It's not very long that we heard one other story about baby mama.
Yes, Kosi impregnated Obili video vixen here in Yaoundé, and then her young rapper, that is young Megan, who is a Cameroonian female rapper, happened to be Kosi's girlfriend too as well. So when the Obili video vixen got the news of Kosi having an affair with the other lady, female rapper, that's Megan, she was crying on social media, and that made waves on social media as well.
I think I heard a bit of that too.
And then Mr. Leo. Maria Saba, you know, we were talking about that last time.
Yes.
Mr. Liu too had an issue. We learned he impregnated a lady in USA, and you know, when artists always keep
you
their
started
personal...
this thing by Boris. So hold on, because my head is spinning. You started this thing with TC Panchak in Birmingham. Now you are landing it with a series of his colleagues who are living footprints. Of course,
that makes showbiz
Should we worry
and
about
interesting.
our brothers who go out to perform?
No, we shouldn't worry about them.
Should I go and buy a rope so we start tying them in Cameroon?
You know, one thing with artists is that they always like to keep their relationship a secret.
I know, I can understand that.
Yes.
Showbiz is a wicked word.
When we lay hands on them, we make news of it and it gets interesting, and that's what is making the industry booming.
Well, we hope that you know, the point is things like that happen in life. The issue is to be able to find a landing platform that satisfies everybody. So we are hoping that all those involved in those stories will find a landing platform that is satisfactory. That is the nicest way we could end this story. Ndicho Boris, thank you for coming on the program.
It's my pleasure.
Will I see you on Tuesday next week?
Of course. It's always my pleasure.
He's going to go out chasing some more gossip so we can enjoy it on this program. But let me leave you with drama. This is, do you know Mami Play? You don't?
I've never heard of.
Just shine your eyes for us. This is Mami Play, and we're talking today about a birthday gift. It's the month of royalties. You know, only royalties have their birthday at about this time. MC Calvino is at 8, and this is it for us.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Mr. Godboy, the comedian.
Yeah, you're right here with me.
Okay, I am Bino from Land Cargo Travel Agency, and we have a package here from you. It's tagged birthday gift. Oh, today's your birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Wow. Thank you very much, my brother.
Okay,
I knew someone to remember me today.
Before you take the gift, you have to sign some papers here to confirm that you've received it. So you have to sign this one first.
No problem, for sure. No problem. So what should I sign?
Just at the bottom. Yes, sir.
Okay. What's all this? I've been signing document here for close to 20 minutes. What's all this signing? Is it just for this parcel or there's another car somewhere?
So I'm sorry, sir, but you have to sign them. Those are the procedures to get your package delivered.
Oh, wow, my brother.
Very, very sorry, sir, for the inconveniences. We are very sorry, sir. Okay. You should sign this, sir. Wow. Happy birthday once more again. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I don't know if I can have the gift now or...
Yes, of course, sir. Yes, of course. Let me just confirm some.
Wow. I'm really impressed with what people are doing.
No, sir. We are doing our job.
I'm really impressed.
You know, when we have gifts from the United States, we have to confirm some.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, sorry.
What again?
It's like you left out some. You still have to sign this. I see you left out these ones.
Again?
We are really sorry. We are really sorry, but you really have to sign. You really have to.
Short. Carry your papers and the gift. Go.
No, see, sir. You really have to.
My friend, as I don't want the gift again. Is it by post? I don't want the gift again.
It's from the USA.
It's from the moon. I don't want gift again.
Where, sir? They're just.
Come on, no say, sir. Go with the gift. If it's from the moon,
sir. Just one.
I will just solve the problem.
You're watching Cameroon Feeling on the CRTV, and we are happy to know you're sitting just near your TV screens to enjoy the show with us. And we're also happy to get your feedback. Keep telling us how you're enjoying the show. I want to take a short moment to show you this picture of this young girl who disappeared on the 9th, on Friday, the 9th of November. Please look keenly at the picture for a few minutes so that if you have seen her pass, if you have any information about the whereabouts of this young girl who is 10 years old, please call the number 653-156670. 653-156670. Her name is Akamna Leslie, and her parents are very worried about her. Kindly let her parents know, or those who are concerned about her know, if you've seen her, if you heard something about her, or if you know about any missing child around your environment, please let the police know, because it is worrisome to have a family member so tender disappear. Now let's talk freestyle. You know, let's go have this freestyle that Cassie Dredd brought for us. It's at one of our prisons here. He went for fun. He went to bring some ambience and some show to the prisons, and this is what he brought for us, a special moment of freestyle. Cameroon Feeling, and right now we're going to look at CRTV on the web, some of those stories that thanks to us you can actually go find out more about them. And Priscilla Loom is in the studio with us. Priscilla, good morning.
Good morning, Pochi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm very happy to have you again.
Thank you so much.
Now tell me, what are those topics that are trending on CRTV web?
Yes, this morning I actually want to take our viewers to discover the Instagram page of CRTV.
Okay.
CRTV web Instagram, because we always talk about Facebook, we talk about Twitters, but recently that's the new baby we have.
Exactly.
And many people are still to discover it. You know, Instagram is for those very beautiful things that gives you the dream to be in a very beautiful place all the time. And we want to attract attention to that page because it's the end of year. And people like to see beautiful things, beautiful hair,
a lot of festivities, a lot of coming together.
And so we want to activate that page seriously. Just to inform that the page has been actually active since the 16th of September. We moved from 83 followers to 863. So it's already something big, and we are very certain that by the end of maybe the year, we should be pulling about thousands of people, because given the activities like the cultural festivals that will be taking place in different parts, like the Ngondo, like the Ngoon, and many other things, artists coming up with their latest releases.
Lots of weddings too, lots of cultural come together.
Of celebrities, we'll certainly be carrying it on our Instagram page. And so as the end of year draws very close, we are informing, you know, especially people who advertise, those who want to place their adverts or their marketing strategies on CRTV platforms, that the digital platform is also available. So if you are going to negotiate maybe for an advert on television, on radio, you should also think of CRTV Web, Facebook, Instagram, the Twitter, and the website. Okay. We accept adverts, and it's the best place to place them, you know.
It is. It's also a very convenient way to reach out to people.
Exactly. And as the days go by, we'll come to give analysis to people, the kind of people you can find on our page, so as to know what kind of article, what kind of service you should be selling on our digital platforms. Remember, it's mostly for young people, and so if you want to target young people,
indeed. If you want to reach out to more people, especially people of the age that use Android gadgets, you should go for our Instagram page and our Facebook page. Thank you so much, Priscilla Alum, for coming on the program. I'll take a quick run from here to go meet some artists who've joined me. One of them is a filmmaker and the other is a musician. I'll start with the filmmaker, Cesar Films. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for coming on Cameroon Feeling.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Tell me about your film, Free at Last, that you're working on.
Okay, Free at Last is a movie that has to do with conflict resolution.
Okay.
If you look at Africa, we have a lot of conflicts, internal and external.
Cameroon is not excluded from that.
Yeah, so when you look at, for example, South Africa, Congo, in fact, Africa, when I go to on the internet, what I discover is like there is conflict each and every minute in Africa.
All right.
So Free at Last is a movie that I was inspired when the crisis came up. So it's not like the movie is pointing a finger here or pointing a finger there. But it's
what is
like,
the message that you want people who watch the movie to retain?
Yeah, the message is like calling people to come together. You know, I'm trying to portray the effects of what people go through in situations like that, and how they can resolve them.
All right. And what is the reaction of those who've been able to watch some of the images of the movie?
Okay, the reactions are very better. Of course, it's my first movie though, because I did cinematography in Nigeria, and I've been doing music videos for about 5 years now, but this is the very first official movie that I'm doing, and the reaction has been very good.
All right.
So where I have a problem now is distribution.
Okay.
Because I don't want to distribute the movie like, you know, in an analog way. So I created a platform to distribute the movie digitally. But unfortunately, most Cameroonians are not yet familiar with this method. They still want to buy a CD.
Okay.
So that's where I really have a problem.
What is your wish? What would you like to see happen with the way movies are marketed in Cameroon?
My wish is that Cameroonians should embrace the new system of distribution.
All right. Which is digital.
Which is digital. You just need to pay 500 francs or 1,000 through your mobile money, and a downloadable link will be sent to you.
I'm having a broad smile because indeed it's so new that when you tell somebody pay 500 francs through your phone, the person like, are you a scammer? Because it sounds like you're scamming now. So please, it's not always scamming. Some people are really behind there working to reach out to you to market their goods, and it's good that you take some interest and go after some of these movies on digital platforms. Cesar Films, thank you so much. This movie, Free at Last, I'm personally looking forward to watch it. I encourage you to keep your ears open and to be very open to our movie industry and to the new things that are coming up. Just stay with us. Just near you is NBO Music. Good morning. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks
How are
for
you?
having me. I'm great.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me about your kind of music.
I do Afro rap.
All right.
Yeah, my name NBO Mukola, straight from Bamenda. Shout out everybody watching right now. Mama told you I was gonna be on TV, especially to my mom.
No, you're on TV, boy. You're on satellite.
Yeah.
Now tell me about why you sing and what message do you carry?
I sing about things that are happening, day-to-day things, because you know, just my life, what I do, and the people around me too, where I'm coming from. So those are the things I talk about.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about music industry. Is it okay for you? What are your challenges? What are the things you like or you do not like?
There are a lot of challenges, but we stay strong because I'm in here for with a passion. Like I'm doing it for my passion too. So challenges could be another kind, dove or go studio, to things like that, promotion, like platforms to
be heard.
Yeah.
All right.
Cameroon, we don't really get them, but we don't really grow though.
All right. I'm wishing you a lot of success, and I'm hoping that many people will listen to the music you do, and I'm hoping that you will continue to sing. The song we are about to watch, we're going to share that song as our parting song. Tell us about the song. What's the title? Why? What is the message in the song?
Party Rider, like it's a party song.
Okay.
Celebration song. So when you're party, you need to play that. The way we party, that's all about the song.
It's the song to end this program. It's the song to end the year. So we're encouraging you to please sit down, watch this song, and if you're going to be partying somewhere, pick one of this and go dance with it. Thank you so much.
And you're not forgetting, I'm working on my EP coming up soon, like early 2019, Beaching It. So hashtag. That's my first EP ever, so
don't miss that on for NBO. Cesar Films. Any parting words?
Yeah, I just want to thank my crew, Rim City, Empire. All of them, they made it wonderful, you know, going through the rain, the suffering and all that. So I just want to say shout out, and I want to tell everybody to embrace the new method of distribution, digital distribution. You know, just click the link, pay 500 francs, download the movie, watch. Don't share, you can share the link, and if you can follow me on my Facebook page, Rim City Beats. So I just want to wish everybody a wonderful day.
All right, we are going to take leave of you. Thank you so much for coming. We will end with NBO song, but before that though, let me go talk to this artist who's joined us on the program. Good morning, thank you for coming on Cameroon Feeling.
Thank you, Pochi.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right, now tell me about your kind of music. How long have you been singing?
I've been singing since secondary school. I went to a minor seminary.
All right.
So music actually was something like it was in us.
All right.
Yeah, I was singing back then. I started with rap, but actually my own kind of rap is not the African kind of rap which like captures the audience. So I started with Afro pop.
Okay.
But actually I sing Afro pop as well, and I sing blues. But it's really hard to like capture people with the blues because it's not our yarn of music.
Tell me about the themes, the message. What is the thing that you want people to know about your singing?
I want people to hear how to see and reason with me how I feel about music, because for me in particular, I take music as something which can resolve any problem. For example, when you feel bad, if you listen to music, if you play music, you
feel better.
You feel better. Like in sports, you do sports, you put earphones, you can run more than you can imagine. So yeah,
that's very true. When you have music, you can do more sports.
You can do more sports because actually, while enjoying the music, you do not know you are covering the distance which you do when you cover that.
This song we are watching, tell me about it. What's the title of the song?
All right, the title of the song is Ring Ring. I'm from So.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does Ring Ring mean?
Ring Ring means the same.
All right.
Actually,
if you're watching us from Kimbo, hello, we're sending you big hugs. Yes, tell me about Ring Ring.
Ring Ring means the same.
Okay.
Meme shows. So actually, I sang it like I was trying to like capture the Cameroonian, because you have to be trilingual, as I can say. You have to know your mother tongue. Yeah, so I sang from the dialect to English and then to French. Yeah. So actually now I know Mama is watching back home with the genius.
We're sending warm hugs to Mama, to all of you in Kimbo watching him, and to letting you know it's the program for you and for myself. If you're creative, reach out to us and we'll definitely showcase you. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you, Pochi.
We'll leave you with this song from NBO saying bye-bye. See you on Thursday. Eric Christiania will be here tomorrow for another edition of Cameroon Feeling. From us, bye-bye.
Party rider, party rider. They call me the party rider, party rider, party rider, party rider. They call me the party rider. Party rider, the boy too fly like say na wawa. I pack my job, they say Okada. Ride for food like say na nyabra. The girls like wow, we get this swagger. Mr. Sweet on the talk and proper, a proper rapper. The flow like water. The bridge for my front na anaconda. See babes for my bridge, I'm crossing under. Escape good ball like Coco Master. Riding with my girls, I be bouncing like a pala. Barbecue night, pop me that plenty soya. Congo me day, boy, come on up, boy. Now me I give the other like my pocket full of dollars. I can share the whole bills like fish. rider, party rider. They call me the party rider, party rider, party rider, party rider. They call me the party rider, party rider. They call me the party rider. Roll up, pass the lighter, with the champagne or with the fighter. My boy they fly, check that swagger. Trombe all star, long socks and nigga. It's about time. Boom shaka, MBO on the mic, Cameroon holla. I blow dynamite. Mbane me, binsu, boja ije baje gochu. Mpeage jana fejisi, agakona no kaba MC. I'm dancing with you, the club gon' pop, I'm popping with you. The party go end up back, I'm along with you. And me for inside my room, the room just the boom. Party rider, party rider, party rider. They call me the party rider, party rider, party rider, party rider. They call me the party rider, party rider, party rider, party rider. They call me the party rider, party rider, party rider, party rider. They call me the party rider. Amen, amen.